The Diddy saga keeps on getting worse every single day, and the latest development in a sex trafficking scandal is the fact that the FBI found a network of underground tunnels underneath Diddy's house. That obviously raises a lot of questions.
School case in Manhattan Beach, California. The children there claimed there were tunnels under the school. They were taken into the tunnels and through the tunnels up into the trap door of a bathroom in a triplex next door, placed in automobiles, and prostituted in the community. These are 2-, 3-, and 4-year-old children before they entered kindergarten. In addition, the children claimed that they were flown into the mountains where they were involved with adults in robes, black robes, chanting, candles. They talked about the brown babies who were cut up, actually sacrificed. And in checking into this and researching this, of course, this was obviously a satanic ceremony. The McMartin family, who owned the preschool, they were tried of Ray Bucky and his grandmother. The grandmother was acquitted, hung jury on Ray Bucky. The second trial, another hung jury. I had an opportunity in 1990 to gain control of the school. Now, the school had been given to Danny.
According to Ted Gunderson, an ex-FBI special agent, this isn't exclusive to Diddy. In fact, there's an entire system of underground tunnels running through LA that's used to traffic kids for all kinds of sick rituals that the elite perform, and Diddy is just one name on the list.
Diddy's underground tunnels, treehouses, and playgrounds are all under investigation. Feds have announced that Diddy's tunnels have been found and are now being searched, and a strange Snapchat appeared on Snap Map around the time of this announcement. It's tagged at the location of the Playboy Mansion in Holmby Hills, Los Angeles, California. The snap appears to show the tunnels everybody thought existed, and now we have confirmation through the feds. It appears someone goes into an underground tunnel, and then they discover strange dolls hanging from the ceiling. Each of the dolls appears to have different names on them, written Bryce Shear, Justin, Usher, and Jaden.
While there hasn't been any proof of these tunnels existing under Diddy's house yet, it looks like things are finally coming to light.
I'm a psychic medium, so I actually, every time I walk past his house, and obviously the Playboy Mansion's right there, and we know about the tunnels that connect from the Playboy Mansion.
To here?
I'm sure they connect here. Why wouldn't
There are places that connect, so what kind of energy? What kind of energy are you picking up?
There's just darkness. I mean, in general, I've always had weird feelings on this street.
Yeah.
Well, the Playboy Mansion's down there. So I always thought it was the Playboy Mansion. It wasn't until probably a year ago that I realized this was Diddy's house.
Even a psychic medium who visited Diddy's house a day after the raid confirmed that there were definitely tunnels underneath Diddy's house, and that they gave off a lot of dark energy because of all the crimes committed using them.
Yeah, guys, just a quick video, guys. This is from the White House. Does that look like children being rescued? The video is very weak, but you can see that there's an adult and maybe some smaller sized individuals, like children. And this is possibly when it went dark. I don't know what's going on, guys. Children coming out of the White House.
In the past, there have even been videos of the White House showing kids and dead bodies being escorted to the house in the dead of night from what seemed to be underground tunnels in the Capitol building.
The cops didn't know that it was Diddy's house over there in Beverly Hills around the corner from the Playboy Mansion. They didn't know until they seen the kids.
So what are your thoughts on the show of force, even not knowing?
They did their job. He's a sex worker. He's got guns, and he's got semen-coated fucking VHS tapes.
Yo.
I would have went in a hazmat suit.
So let me ask you this. When you first told us about your thoughts and you honeycombs is what you
Yeah, the honeycomb. Shout out to Jamil.
Not to mention that Jaguar Wright has always talked about Diddy hiding his crimes in plain sight, and with the presence of these tunnels right under his home, who knows what shady secrets the rapper has been trying to cover up down there.
DJ EQ. Let's go. Hold on. Anybody seen Too Short? Too Short, where the fuck you at? Hey, yo, Too Short, where the fuck you at, man? Play something else until I find Too Short.
Not to mention the fact that Diddy's house is also 8 minutes away from the Playboy Mansion, which is also rumored to have an underground tunnel system. Diddy has even hosted parties at the mansion, conducting his infamous freak-offs there.
Mansion, but you may not believe what went on under it. Playboy magazine reports it has just discovered blueprints for a network of tunnels beneath the mansion that supposedly led to the homes of Jack Nicholson, Warren Beatty, James Caan.
Will you watch yourself, all right?
And Kirk Douglas. Now dig this, a photo from the late 70s allegedly showing an excavation in progress beneath the mansion. And this one shows the newly discovered tunnel plans. Check out the bunny logo on the plywood wall. Best of all, the blueprint. It says this tunnel leads to James Caan's house, this one to Jack Nicholson's, this one to Kirk Douglas's, and this one goes all the way to Warren Beatty's house.
But guess what? The underground tunnels beneath the Playboy Mansion allegedly open up to the homes of some of the richest men in the world who use the tunnels to traffic women and children without getting caught. So who's to say that Diddy isn't doing the same?
One of Diddy's girls has spoken out and revealed who she was trafficked to. She was sold into this world by her parents to a powerful man who owned a trafficking ring and didn't know what she was experiencing was wrong because it was all she ever knew. Apparently, she was moved around using underground tunnels throughout LA, including a tunnel that connected Diddy's mansion to Hugh Hefner's mansion nearby. She said she was passed around to all kinds of elite people, including Michelle Obama, who she says is actually a man. She was flown all around the world to wealthy people's islands, not just Epstein's, as there are countless Preto islands like Jay-Z's. The reason why she hasn't been able to report this is because the FBI and the local police department are in on it too. She appeared on the Dr. Phil show and revealed she is owned. The episode has since been scrubbed from the internet.
If that isn't evidence enough, a woman has actually come forward to talk about how she was passed around to elite and powerful people in the world using Diddy's tunnels.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Not just that, though a lot of people think that Diddy's actually hiding in these very underground tunnels since the raids and has used them to go back to his house. According to Twitter users, Diddy's latest apology video in response to the hotel surveillance footage of him and Cassie seems to have been recorded at a Star Island mansion. But how did he make it back there without anybody catching him?
This is the beginning of the end for him. I'm praying for her safety and security. There were always rumors going around about him mistreating Cassie for years. The singer Cassie in a lawsuit says that Mr. Combs, also known as Puff Daddy or P. Diddy, controlled and abused her for 10 years. Mr. Combs strongly denies the allegations. In response, Puff Daddy's lawyer said the following: Cassie has been pressuring Mr. Combs for the past 6 months, demanding $30 million, or else she'd be writing a damaging and tell-all book about Sean Puffy Combs and their relationship. He says that it clearly shows the singer Cassie is only out to blackmail him. I can only imagine what Kim Porter went through as well. Diddy is in fact the devil. His secrets and skeletons are all coming out the closet now. I believe Cassie.
The worst part about all of this is that there's an abundance of proof showing that the rich and elite use underground tunnels to commit all of their dirtiest crimes.
Yes, there were shrines used for rituals. There's bloody places. There's parts where there's limbs. People cut off limbs and want you to have sex in it. There's blood. There's blood that I don't even know who it belongs to. There's a lot.
So hang on. So someone like the people that you've named are here at these shrines where there is human flesh, bones, human body parts, and they want people to participate in orgies in amongst all of this human blood. Is that a satanic ritual feces? Is this a satanic ritual that they are participating in?
Yes. Yes, there's people who want to, there's people who have sex with animals, dead animals. I was taken and told that I had to give a blowjob to Biden.
So Joe Biden was there at this shrine.
Mm-hmm. Something happened. I don't know what happened. I was down there for a while. There's certain people that you don't talk about because you just don't. There were certain people that I seen down there, from Beyonce, Jay-Z. You don't tell on P. Diddy, but P. Diddy.
So you said you don't tell on these people. Is that like a code that all victims adhere to? They don't talk about this stuff?
Yes, you don't, because nobody's going to believe you. You're nothing to them. You don't count. You're just a toy. You're not essential, as they call them. You're expendable. And as a child in that situation, I wasn't the type of person that was fighting all the time, because I started to learn who I was. I started to learn my pimp. I started to learn what I was in. I started to learn that you don't fight. You watch what you say, you watch what you do. And at some point, I stopped fighting people. And I started to accept the fact of what I was told, that I was special enough to be with this person. I was special enough to be in the eyes of a celebrity or somebody who's on the radio or on TV. And
Allie Carter, a young woman who was trafficked, remembers being transported using these very tunnels that would lead directly to the homes of elite celebrities like Diddy.
Garden area and employees led us to underground tunnels. We had to take an elevator and stairs. We had to be led. There is no way that you can just walk into a tunnel. The entrances and the exits are in your face, but there's no way that you can just walk through tunnels. You'll get stuck. You'll go deeper and deeper, and you won't be able to come back out because it's hard, because the tunnels run all different directions for miles and miles and miles and miles. So if you go down the wrong one, you'll get stuck, and it's confusing to turn back around and get back to where you're going. So you have to be led in and out. I think people assume that when you get underground, it's just this dirt and you keep going deeper and there's more dirt and then there's cages of children. No, that's not how it works. There's cities underground. There's warehouses underground. There's actual homes underground. People build these tunnels, and they've built them for decades. There's a lot, and elite celebrities, they go down there for parties.
And that isn't the only time Carter has spoken about being held captive in these tunnels, doing whatever the rich and elite wanted her to.
You and Jack Nicholson had your own secret passageway into the Playboy Mansion.
No.
Is that true?
Well, I think the story was printed that there was a tunnel.
Playboy.com staff members released some blueprints that they found a few years ago that show underneath the Playboy Mansion is a series of tunnels that were constructed to link Hugh Hefner's world-famous domicile to the homes of Jack Nicholson, James Caan, Kirk Douglas, and Warren Beatty. The blueprints, which show that the construction project was built in the 70s and 80s, were discovered in the Playboy archives by staff writers looking for a juicy story, kept under wraps for so many years. Everyone knows Nicholson and company were up to no good back in the day. They were the bad boys of Tinseltown and lived a free and loose life. It's fascinating to think what those tunnels might have been used for.
But get this, those tunnels beneath the Playboy Mansion have existed for decades, which just goes to show that Hugh Hefner was also involved in all the shady business.
Google it. I'm sure right now Obama's working on trying to scrub it as we speak. But they're out there. Get them while you can before they scrub it. And look who was just in the UK last week. While all of this is being exposed, and then the next week, we have the raid, the arrest, and the exposure of the rap industry. Doing the same thing Hollywood, Disney, Nickelodeon, and Epstein were doing. He was in on it, so he knew, he got a hint. They're getting ready to go after your boy. And there's some names that are going to be dropped, like, Prince Harry, the Royals. There's going to be some names dropped. And including you. He went there, damage control. Damage control, he is in, I can guarantee you, he is in panic mode. Panic mode. I bet you he's having many strokes as we speak.
The truth is, it isn't just Diddy. He's just a cog in a giant child trafficking machine that's run by the rich and powerful of the world.
Diddy's longtime friend, Ashton Kutcher, is expecting to be subpoenaed over the Diddy probe as feds continue to expand their search. A source says, quote, "There is no way Ashton or Mila will be showing any sort of public support for Diddy right now. Regardless of Ashton's longtime history with him, he has distanced himself from Diddy since Cassie's lawsuit, and even more so in the wake of the new ones. Mila will not let Ashton be in any sort of contact. He is expecting a subpoena as they have been good friends for 20 years. Ashton Kutcher has allegedly attended many Diddy parties throughout his career. It's alleged at these parties, humans were trafficked, and there were hidden cameras throughout Diddy's mansions that would film celebrities in compromising positions without their consent or knowledge. Diddy would then allegedly use these tapes as blackmail against these celebrities.
Now that Diddy's exposed and all his dirty secrets are out, people seem to believe that his friends are next. So anybody who's ever been a willing participant in Diddy's freak-offs better watch out. The thing is, Diddy might actually never get arrested for any of this. Why? Well, that's because it turns out that even the country's most powerful politicians might be in on the whole thing.
Do you think it's a lot of undercover brothers in the industry?
Oh no, Queen. We don't know nothing about undercovers. Oh no. We don't know about that.
Okay. Because I do.
You said what?
Oh, I said I do. But
I mean, let's be honest. People have spoken